Title: The Last Room on the Left. The halls of Westwood Dormitory were unnervingly quiet that night. My roommate Jess had left for the weekend, leaving me alone in our tiny, musty room. It was almost midnight, and the fluorescent desk lamp cast a sickly yellow glow over my open laptop. The only sounds were the occasional creaks from the ancient pipes and the steady rhythm of rain tapping against the window. I was halfway through a paper for my psych class when the knock came. It wasn't loud, more like a soft rapping, hesitant. I froze, my fingers hovering over the keyboard. The knock came again, a little more insistent. "Who's there?" I called, my voice wavering. No answer, just the rain. With a sigh, I got up and opened the door, expecting maybe a drunken hallmaid or someone looking for Jess. The hallway was empty. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, flickering slightly. A cold draft brushed past me, making me shiver. I leaned out, peering down the corridor. Nothing. "Okay, creepy," I muttered, shutting the door and locking it. I tried to laugh it off as a prank and went back to my desk. As I sat down, my phone buzzed. It was a text from an unknown number. "Don't open the door again." My stomach dropped. My first instinct was to text back, but something about the message, it felt off, like whoever sent it knew I'd opened the door. I decided to ignore it, convincing myself it was some random spam. I put on my headphones to drown out my unease and dove back into my paper. Minutes ticked by. Then through the music, I heard it again. Knock, knock, knock. It was louder this time. My heart pounded. I pulled off my headphones and stared at the door. "Who is it?" I shouted. No response. A chill swept over me as I stared at the door. Then I noticed something strange. The shadows under the door weren't right. Instead of a single pair of feet, there were too many, dozens of misshapen, writhing shadows. My breath hitched. "Jess, if this is you, I swear to God!" The doorknob rattled violently. I grabbed my phone and dialed Jess. The line rang twice before her voice answered. "Hey, what's up?" she said, her voice groggy. "Jess," I whispered, "are you playing some kind of prank on me?" "What are you talking about?" "I'm at my parents' house," she replied. The rattling stopped. My blood turned to ice. "There's someone outside my door," I hissed. Jess's voice sharpened. "Call campus security. Don't open the door." The line went dead. I stared at my phone, and the unknown number popped up again with another text. "You let them in." I turned to the door, panic gripping me. My laptop screen flickered, the light dimming until it went black. The room was plunged into darkness except for the faint glow of the hallway light under the door. Then, I heard it, the sound of something scraping against the door. Slow, deliberate, like claws or nails. I backed away, bumping into the desk. My phone slipped from my hand and clattered to the floor. The scraping stopped, replaced by a low, guttural voice. Come out, little one," it whispered. I couldn't breathe. My legs felt like jelly as I crouched down to grab my phone. My trembling fingers dialed campus security, but the call wouldn't go through. The door creaked, not opening, just bending inward, as if something on the other side was pushing against it. The metal lock groaned under the strain. Then the voices started, not one but many overlapping whispers, all coming from behind the door. "We see you. We know you. Open the door." I stumbled back, my foot catching on the rug. I hit the ground hard, the air knocked out of me. The door began to splinter. My mind raced. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And then, silence. The door was still. The voices stopped. I stayed frozen on the floor, staring at the door, waiting for it to burst open. Seconds stretched into minutes. I slowly reached for my phone, ready to call for help again. Just as my fingers brushed the screen, the closet door behind me creaked open. A wave of cold air swept over me, and before I could turn around, a hand, no, a claw, wrapped around my ankle and yanked me into the darkness. The next morning, campus security found my room empty. The door was locked from the inside, and my phone lay on the floor, still open to an unsent text. Help. No one ever saw me again. But some nights, when the dorm is quiet and the rain taps against the windows, students swear they hear knocking from the last room on the left.